Okay, so I'm at this popular mall here, and this shows you how sad American consumerism and materialistic, possession is. All these people going crazy for, I don't know, some fucking leftovers. And it's fucking there. See, you see this man? He's in on this shit. This is America right here, right? Sad, bro. This is another one. How much shit do you fucking need? Like, this is like one fucking store, and there's so much fucking junk. Like, how much can you fucking buy? Like, this is like the dumbest shit. Like, it doesn't end. It doesn't end. When are people gonna wake up? This is not gonna solve anything for you. This is like a problem here, man. This is just sad. This is like saddest part of America.
Oh, yeah, the video, it's recording now. The video was about the mall, those clips you were sending me where they're buying materialistic bullshit and how much stuff you need to buy. The Tampa
Right.
Mall.
Right, so what about it?
I've noticed, like, outside of that materialistic area, it looked pretty dead. It looked black and white.
That's it, yeah, that's exactly how it is. It's like a part of a reality that's fading.
Yeah, I remember,
Right.
like, what malls were like back in our time and, like, our childhood. I used to have like some colors, some real plants mixed with fake plants. It had these colorful interiors and stores, and all these people walk.
They actually made the effort to put real plants along with the fake ones, you know?
I do remember that. I did notice that as a kid.
Yeah, and now you just have concrete and like fake paintings on the wall.
Yeah, I've noticed
Digital,
there's.
you know how you have that digital advertising.
Yep,
first of all,
digital. Yep.
Where it's just like a board that displays the newest bullshit content
Yep.
for your face.
I
You know, and
remember.
it's like never ending. Just like a stream of bullshit.
Yeah, I remember the food court back in the mall day. That was like everybody's hangout area and a meet up and chit chat and had some meals. That's not a thing anymore either. That used to be like the teenage life, but that's not a reality anymore.
Yeah.
Like in the main mall.
And it was cool. It was actually kind of cool.
It
like,
was.
I seen those videos.
Remember like all those TV shows and movies like Mallrats and shit?
Yeah, it was the cool thing. Because
Yeah.
you would see people, in the 90s even, like, or 80s, like, there was footage.
Right? And then I remember...
And everybody's looking at each other. Everybody's
Yep.
off the phone.
Yep. I remember Mall Cop came around based on a mall. Paul Blunt, whatever his name was. Paul Blart. I called him Paul Blunt. I was like, that's because he's fat. Fat Blunt.
Yeah.
But I do remember back in the day, like the Maine Mall, which was when we grew up in Maine from 05 to 2012, right? We used to go there like all the time, and it used to be so full of people. It felt like it had a vibration. It had all these cool stores like Spencer's with funny shit in it, and then Hot Topic, and they had like the colorful little gravel floors around there. They had the shoe store, clothing store, the picture booth, and all these people hanging out having a good time. And the mall food was actually pretty decent back then compared to now, I've noticed.
Yeah.
I've noticed.
The food was actually, first of all, it was made by people who
Yep.
were like actually making food and not on their phone the whole time.
Pretty much.
No, because when I came into that cafeteria, first of all, it was actually smoking. Like, it was literally smoking. Like there was just like gas and fucking smoke all up in there.
Fuck, man.
It smelled like burned Chinese food.
Ew.
Because probably some dude was like making a TikTok video.
Yeah, probably.
And like left the grill on. You know? So people aren't like really focusing. Plus, like they're paying minimum wage. So you think those people are gonna give a shit?
Oh, dude. At minimum wage,
No.
I didn't give a shit about anything.
Right. Like that's the starting foundation for that cafeteria.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it is with anyone who works there, really. They're not paid enough money to work there.
Yeah, just total shit. And people that were there looked like almost like from like a movie, you know, like
Right.
they weren't even alive. Just like they've stationary people that have been going there for decades.
Yeah.
Or something, and like they can't let go of that same Chinese restaurant.
Right, dude. I remember
It's
it.
sad, man. Like it's kind of sad.
It
you know?
is. I remember at the main mall, we used to get the sushi there all the time called Sakura, or was it Sakura? And it used to be in the center of the mall, and it had like the best sushi in the area. Like for a mall, it had high quality sushi for like $10, and it was thinly sliced avocados. Everything was authentic. But I went there a year ago, and the food court of that mall, that sushi place was gone. It's at a wall now, and they just make shitty Chinese food now. No more sushi.
No.
It's so sad. Like I remember that mall used to be jumping and packed. It still is, but it just feels like half of the foot traffic now, and a lot of the people, especially the women, seemed really toxic. Like they look at you weird if you don't have any luxury or materialistic design clothing. Like that's how they kind of look at you. They look at you like you're poor, yet you're some kind of junky fag loser. And I'm like, I don't even know you, and you're already giving me this look.
Well, that's how they live their reality.
Yeah.
You know, and going back to that whole, scenario where, how malls are now, if you really look at it, it's a bunch of rich ass old ladies,
Yep.
widows,
Yep.
old, grandpas, who, tired, they don't know what the fuck to do.
Sounds about right.
So they just waste their money and buy the same bullshit clothing over and over,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
thinking that, somehow if you have a Gucci belt or a bag, it gives you some relevance. See, like for me personally, it actually does the opposite.
Right.
It shows that person doesn't really rely on personality.
Yeah.
That, like,
It's
you know,
kind of.
like things like across, they need like that luxury item or something to have some kind of relevance. It's just stupid.
Yeah, it sounds. It's kind of like those videos I see on what rich people do that the poor don't. They keep up with the Joneses, where if they see someone buying a Gucci bag, they do the same. They buy a new car, they do the same thing. They get this done, they do the same thing. They try to keep up to everybody else.
Right.
And then.
It's like a rat race, man.
Yeah, it's like the rat
hamsters on
race.
wheels, man.
Yeah.
That's how they look like. I was just walking out, I'm looking at these people. They have the same expression as a hamster on a wheel.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just like a hamster on a wheel. Like, if it's doing something, if it's making movement, it's really not.
Right.
It's going in circles. It's going nowhere.
That's.
And they use that kind of materialistic acquirement and possession to cover up all the wounds and all the problems that they have in life. Alcoholism, drug problem, all that. They think, oh no, let me just splurge. It's gonna fix it.
Right, and I have family members that do this. I'm going to keep it anonymous because, well, this is the internet and it's public, but everybody probably knows at this point. They buy things that they don't need constantly, every day, with packages and packages, like it's Christmas at the front door, with the Amazon truck at the driveway every day. But then they come home and just always complain and complain and complain about how they have no money, complain about how they have no space, complain about how, like, they can't get this done, or they have no money for this, or they're just not happy overall, but they keep buying things and buying things, hoping it would make them happy.
It's covering that same wound over and over, and meanwhile that wound is actually getting larger.
It pretty much is.
Yeah, you're not making it better. You're actually making it worse.
It's kind of like debt, The idea is to not borrow more money, but you borrow more money to fill up the gap that's not there.
Yeah.
That's how I was too in my 20s, trying to fit in, but I was just more obsessed with the guitar than I was like with other people, because I'm like, I feel like this guitar is a better investment versus that chick who keeps coming on to me but doesn't make time for me and comes up with excuses and never texts me back and just forgets about me in a week. That's
yeah, dude, like I've had chicks that took me off my path.
Right.
And it's like you gotta have time for your own self.
That's what I do.
In any relationship, you should be supporting your partner
Right.
and their, hobbies and passions.
You'll be amazed at how many women I've met that don't support any of that, but yet they feel like they're special or try to make me feel special.
Well, they
But
don't get it. Like, you see that on social media,
right, TikTok,
how much they brainwash
dude.
these women into believing that they can live in this false sense of, reality, but it's actually they've lost their feminine touch.
They pretty much have. It's like that with me too, which is why I try to stay off social media the best I can, because it too brainwashes me, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I was hooked on like short videos and YouTube social media topics for like a week and didn't even realize it. But once I got back to the guitar, it's kind of like you're back to normal. I don't know how to describe it. Like, you're brainwashed at something and it's eating you, but once you quit it, you can sense it again. It's kind of like that. Kind of like I was making my Miami video last night, and I actually recorded the guitar clip you heard without even looking at the video. I just looked at the same picture of the sunset over the beach of Miami and thought of a song, and that's how I always made videos. I don't see what I'm recording. I just think in my head how it's going to go. I might forget the video. Just imagine in your head, right?
And it's like all about being in the moment, like that.
Yeah.
The mall.
Remember that, dude? Remember that California Cruise song I showed you? The one I had traveling from north to south with that Red Hot Chili Pepper rhythm? So that was originally came up with before the video was even recorded. It was January 2020. I had $300 under my name, and rent of $1640 was due in like 5 days, I think. So it was a feeling of being defeated, and so I'm smoking a big bowl, staring at my window in my apartment, thinking of all the good times I had in San Diego, and I just played the guitar. Like, I didn't think of it, I just did it, and I was in the moment with it. I was like, that rhythm is like a little bit of Van Halen in between it. I was like, I could never play that song the same way again. Thank God I recorded it. Holy shit. But about a month later was when the video was actually being recorded, was February. But the video itself was actually recorded before any of that was even thought of. You know?
Yeah, it's like, people, they just don't understand that back in the day, when you made a video, it was permanent. It was on tape.
Oh, yeah.
There was no editing.
Yeah, back in my...
Unless you chop it up by scissors, you chop the tape up. But, like, the concept was that you didn't have much time to work with, and you had to get to the point quickly.
Oh, yeah, that's how it was back in my high school days on YouTube, back when it was great. I used to have a video camera. I didn't have a smartphone back then. It was an actual video camera where I had to literally plug it into the computer or get a USB chip and put it in the computer.
Yeah.
And
it was a different world, man.
Dude,